Don't just be another foreigner, be a local Lao Wai. Welcome back to Local Lao Wai, the show that gives you everything you need to know for a smooth transition to life in China. I'm Donnie Newman.
Oh, I want that one, and this one looks nice, and that one, and that one.
If, like Paul here, you're house hunting, you'll want to go to an open house to see a property for yourself. But what kinds of questions should you ask? And what should you expect to find out about the property?
Does this one have a swimming pool?
To find out the answers to all those questions and more, watch this episode of Local Lao Wai. So, you want to buy a property in the city you're living in. But before you take the plunge into the Chinese property market, you're going to need to know how to look for location. So how do you go about doing this? One of the most common ways is to register with a real estate agent. These agents will schedule viewings for you and even take you there themselves. Now, some agents are even specialized in dealing with foreigners, although their fees might be slightly higher. These days, people are increasingly contacting the sellers directly, going through online property buying websites like 58.com, thus cutting out the need for a middleman.
Donnie, I want to live in an area with really loads of cool people, artists, amazing food, cheap local beer, a place where I can get a tattoo.
Nanlogusang it is then, Paul. Like Paul, you'll want to know the type of area you want to live in. So it's always a good idea to go see the area yourself before you look at the property. So you're at the open house and the agent is there to greet you.
Hello, lovely to meet you. Are these Viennese windows?
You should know what to ask and how to ask it. Sometimes customs are different.
Okay, I've got so many questions. Donnie, how do you say double glazing?
双层的.
Yeah. Are these windows 双式?
Questions someone needs to ask when they come see an open house.
You want to check the property's dimensions and square footage along with the seller's ownership license to verify his or her identity. You will also need to check out the neighborhood because this will affect your standard of living in the future.
物业, what kind of services does that provide?
Maintenance services include property upkeep, security, janitorial services, etc. Maintenance fees are not included in the price for property itself.
What are the things that foreigners are most concerned about?
Because of lifestyle differences, foreigners want to make sure their property is a good match for them. For example, they prefer a Western-style bathroom. They are also concerned with the property's ability to maintain value.
All right, thank you so much for your time today. Okay, so now that you have the vocabulary you need, here are a few more tips for going to open houses. Number one, if you can, take a Chinese friend with you. If you have any specific questions about the building's foundation or copper wiring, they'll be better placed to ask for you. Number two, get the seller's contact details. If you have any other questions about the property after you've left, it's always better to get an answer straight from the horse's mouth. Number three, take a few pictures. Pictures are a great way to see if the property looks like what it did when you decide to buy it.
I didn't like that one. The door's too brown.
Too brown?
Yep, too brown.
Okay, if you're like Paul here and want to make sure you really like the apartment before you buy, make sure to take a look around at a few different properties before you make the commitment. But now that you know what questions to ask and what facts to get, this should be a pretty easy process. So with that, I'm Donnie Newman. We'll see you next time.
Check out this one though.
Talking about too brown.
What about this one?
Not bad.
Should we go and check it out?
Yeah.
Cool.
Tune in next time when we talk about how you close your deal on a new property in China. In the meantime, be sure to keep sending in your questions at locallawai@bon.tv. I'm Donnie Newman, and we'll see you next time.